So lately, I feel like the subject of women's rights has been in question. Speaking on Roe v. Wade, and you're a woman, and I feel like what they're doing is ridiculous. I feel like they cannot, like, even just playing with this topic is hurtful. I just want to know how you feel as a woman, you know, your mother. How do you feel about this situation?
I feel that it's just another human's right, you know, something that can be controlled that shouldn't be. And that's just, I just disagree with it.
But as I look at you right now, and the people can't see you right now, but when I look at you, I see more anger in your face than you just. I mean, I feel like we'd be doing an injustice if we don't at least allow the people to just feel a little bit of the anger that I'm seeing. Like, you want to say that again? How do you feel about the government? A bunch of excuse me, I'm not even going to do that. I apologize for doing that on your platform.
A bunch of
people that have nothing to do with your body or any other woman's body, at that matter, than their own, if they are a woman. How could they dictate what you can do in the how can they do that? I'm sorry. I'm just astounded at the balls of these people. Like, you can just come into someone's home and take the ability for them to do what the next step would be for their life. Like, you could just do that. Like, and then it's like something that's been like, you know, so we this was a law. You know, this was passed through the Congress system already. It comes back up and is basically declared null and void. So what's next? Slavery? If they could just do that, what's next? Because I feel like this is ridiculous. And I still want you to elaborate how you feel about what they did.
I still feel it's wrong. I mean, I don't know why they would do something like this. I don't know what the background behind it, like what started it and what made them tap back into this.
What do you think women are going to do now?
I think that they're just going to go back to doing what they had to do back in the day. Do secret abortions and, you know, put themselves at risk to really not have to bring a child into whatever situation that they're in.
I hear you. So they just going to get ABs. They're going to get ABs. And they're going to go about it in that way because they can't do it the way that they were used to doing it, in the way that they felt was safest. So now they got to put themselves in harm's way.
Correct. They're going to terminate by whatever means necessary.
That's ridiculous.
Or they're going to be really resentful, I believe, to that child if they have to bring them into the world.
Because they wasn't able to make the best option that they felt was better for them.
Yeah, or really.
And I think everybody should have that option. Like, I mean, I'm not in nobody's bedroom or doctor's office, but everyone should have the option to make any decision that they choose as far as what they're gonna go through in life or anybody that they may bring into it. I mean, they're the one that got to take care of it. You know what I mean? Like, so, I just feel like this is just a can of worms. And it's bigger than what it says. It's bigger than what it states. But I just feel like that was just a low blow to go for our women. Like, that was just out. Oh man, it was
I believe
outrageous.
that too, especially when we started really becoming just the top race in the world. So it's just more suppression,
Yeah,
more oppression, more. You know, you just want to try to control or hold us back from greatness. And you're just messing yourself up because without us, there's nothing.
You're not even lying about that.
Who's going to do anything that you don't want to do half the stuff? We can't do it. Some of us are strong enough physically, but that's not our fault. But the rest of the stuff, for the most part, we do and we can do.
Exactly.
And we don't need men. But, I mean, that's what they chose. And they're just gonna. I mean, we're very adaptive creatures, so it's not. I don't believe that it's gonna really stop anything. We're gonna do what we must.
Yeah, absolutely.
We figured it out. They did it. They used to take herbals or all types of things back in medieval times and back in. Please,
and herbs. And speaking on herbs, I mean, not to take any light away from Roe v. Wade, but you know, what they did is something they shouldn't have, and we're gonna work to get that, you know, situation ratified and clarified. But speaking of herbs, is there like certain type of herbs you could take to, like, I don't know, stop yourself from even having to get pregnant? Like, is there ways that you could do it herbally? Like
birth control, you mean?
Yeah, like use herbs as like a
natural birth control. Yeah, they have different type of birth control. They, you know, they make different they use different plants and things like that, different flowers, make concoctions, and then they rub it on
I think that's something that women should definitely look into, like look at a holistic route if that's something you're choosing to do. Like, instead of, like, you know, going in there and going through these invasive, you know, procedures. You know, maybe, you know, do it in the comfort of your home in a holistic way.
Exactly.
I mean,
you know exactly what's in it. You know exactly how it was made. And, you know, no. I would definitely agree with that. I would agree with going holistically when it comes to making sure that if you don't want to get pregnant, that's what you're choosing to do. For birth control, go holistically.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea also. You know what I mean? Especially that they got to deal with this. It's already ridiculous. So it's kind of like, until we can, you know, again, ratify this situation, we would at least need them to be able to go through measures that's not, you know, dangerous. Yeah, we don't want nobody, you know, getting, you know, losing their life because of a hindrance that's being placed upon them by somebody that shouldn't even have the right to speak on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that I just feel like it's just opening a can of worms. But at this time, I feel like holistic beliefs and ways are what we need. I mean, high vibrations. We need people smiling. We need people promoting positive energy. You know what I mean? And if you can do that through holism, I think that's something we should all be taking, like, more of a look at, because it's like, shit, I want to come outside and smile, even though that there's somebody next to me that just got that nasty energy, and I want to be able to block that and keep that energy away from me and keep it up off me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And if doing what you're telling me as far as diving into, you know, Reiki, Ayurveda, you know, learning these things, the ins and outs of our energy and our own potential, can get me there, and also help these women, you know what I mean, going through this situation, because I'm beyond, because and I'm gonna be real with y'all, it's not all because of that, but it's 90% of that, and the other 10 is because I feel like what's next. You know what I mean? It's like 90% of you violating. You know what I mean? While y'all out of line. You know what I mean? Y'all doing something y'all can't. But at the end of the day, they voted it in. The fact that it was even a vote should really be what we talking about here. That it even was something that had to be made a law. Y'all didn't know women owned themselves to begin with? Well, what was wrong with you guys? Like, why do we have to make that a law? You know what I mean? But the fact that already happened, that's why I take that 10% on the top. And it's like, well, that just means they got other laws that they could take away. Other things that they could just bring back and say, we're not following this anymore. We moving under new order. And I feel like this is ridiculous. And this is a perfect time to just vibrate on a different realm. This is the perfect time. All this stuff going on, this is the perfect time, Carmen. This is the perfect time. And I appreciate you. You keep coming through giving me these jewels on these topics, and I really did want to get your, you know, your point of view on a few things, and you definitely cleared it up. You know, you let it be known that you outraged at the situation that they doing to you and your fellow women. You know what I mean? And you think that, you know, women should just stay safe and find alternative ways for birth control other than invasive procedures and dangerous and detrimental, you know, ways.
Exactly. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.